Welcome back to another episode of Quick Picks with the Geek. I am your host, Bro Power the Geek. Time to break down a heavyweight scrap that screams, somebody's going night-night. We've got Vitor Petrino taking on Austen Lane. Both guys hit hard, both guys have questionable recent performances, and both guys look like they were built in a lab to terrify regional heavyweights. One's moving up in weight, the other's trying to stay employed. So yeah, the stakes are high and the margins are thin. Let's dive in. Vitor Petrino coming in as a minus 650 favorite with a record of 11-2. So Vitor Petrino has entered his villain arc. Just last year, he was the surging light heavyweight prospect with tree trunks for arms and that I fight like I left the oven on kind of urgency. But now, he's riding a two-fight finish-loss streak, and both were the kind that make you question your career, and maybe your choices in walkout music. First, Anthony Smith wrapped up his neck like it owed him rent. Then Dustin Jacoby turned his lights out like someone forgot to pay the electric bill. Rough stretch. But despite all that, Vegas still has him as a giant favorite here. Why? Because this ain't light heavyweight anymore. This is heavyweight. Welcome to the division where cardio dies and chaos lives. Petrino has big-time tools. Thunder in his fists, explosive double legs, and a solid chin when it hasn't been tested by professional punchers like Jacoby. He averages nearly 4 takedowns per fight and lands them at a 66% clip, which at heavyweight is basically GSP-level sorcery. These guys usually just hug and hope gravity does the work. Petrino, by comparison, is a technician when he sticks to the plan. That's the rub. Petrino sometimes fights like he's in a Tekken match, mashing buttons, hoping for a combo finish. Against Anthony Smith, he shot a takedown with all the grace of a drunken giraffe and paid for it with his neck. But if he learns from those mistakes and leans into his wrestling here, he's got a golden opportunity to look like a problem in this new weight class. Austen Lane coming in as a plus 460 underdog with a record of 13-6. Austen Lane, former NFL defensive end, current human highlight reel, for better and worse. Lane is what you get when you cross a knockout artist with a roller coaster engineer. It's thrilling, it's terrifying, and you're never quite sure if it's going to end in celebration or an ambulance. He's massive, hits like a truck full of sledgehammers, and looks like a guy you'd cast in a reboot of Gladiators. 11 of his 13 wins are by knockout, and when he gets going, it's like trying to put out a grease fire with a bucket of gasoline. He's got decent kicks, uses ground and pound when he gets top position, and he's not afraid to stand and bang, and this is a heavyweight size, but the defense is a mess. This man has been knocked out 6 times. 6. That's not a red flag, that's a red billboard. He's also 37, which isn't ancient for a heavyweight, but when your game involves walking forward into gunfire hoping to land first, the miles add up quick. To his credit, he did beat Robelis de Spain with some surprisingly smart grappling, showing he can fight with a game plan, but then he followed it up by getting knocked out by Mario Pinto, whose striking resume makes Petrino look like Ernesto Hoost. Austin's chin is basically a piñata at this point. And the question isn't whether he can survive, it's how long he can delay the inevitable. Unless he lands early, it's a countdown. So, who wins? Look, this isn't rocket science. Petrino has the power, the youth, the wrestling, and frankly, the more complete game. If he just doesn't do anything dumb, huge if, he should win this fight comfortably. Take Lane down, ride him like a mechanical bull, and let attrition do its job. But if Petrino wades into a brawl thinking he's still at light heavyweight, Lane has the kind of power that can send a man to the moon. And he'll swing early often, and with the enthusiasm of someone trying to open a piñata at their own surprise party. Still, Petrino should be faster, more technical, and much more durable. Lane's been stopped 6 times. He slows down after a round. His defense is shakier than a soda can in a paint mixer. Official pick, Vitor Petrino. Let's not overthink it. Petrino by early finish. Either a big right hand drops Lane like a bad stock pick, or he takes him down and mauls him until the ref starts checking for vital signs. I'll say Petrino by first round TKO. As for betting, I wouldn't touch that minus 650 line with a stolen credit card. But if you want a greasy prop, round 1 finish or inside the distance. Because let's face it, these two are not going to need all 3 rounds. If you enjoyed this, go ahead and smash that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss a beat when the next video drops. And don't be shy. Leave a comment below and let me know who you got winning this fight. Let's see who really has the crystal ball around here. Until next time.